Today, I'm going to show you how easy it is to build any app you want inside ChatGPT. Yesterday, I built an app that replaced 3 SaaS tools that I was paying thousands of dollars for, and I did this in just 3 prompts using ChatGPT. So the app that I created is called Social Scrape, and we're actually going to be building this app again today. It analyzes all short-form platforms. It can scrape the entire videos from Instagram or TikTok, all of the stats and the transcript, and it can store all of this information in a site that my whole team can use for creating content and ads. And literally anyone can build an app just like this in minutes using ChatGPT Sites. And many of you may not know, but ChatGPT Sites has a built-in database, hosting, authentication, storage, and custom domain. And so that's exactly what we're going to do today in this video. Even if you have 0 coding experience, by the end of this video, you'll be able to open ChatGPT and create any app you want, and you'll be able to use it with your team. All right, so this right here is ChatGPT, and if you enable the Work tab, this right here is ChatGPT Work. One of the coolest features of ChatGPT Work is you can say something like this: hey, please build a sites that does blank. This will automatically build a hosted site, meaning it's on the internet, with database, meaning the data is stored in the app, authentication, meaning people can sign in, storage, meaning you can upload images and videos just like any normal app, and you can even share it with other people. And today we're going to be talking about this sites feature. Real quick, for those of you who don't know what GPT Work is, you can almost think of ChatGPT Work as the midpoint between ChatGPT and Codex. Codex is OpenAI's agent platform for developers. So for intense coding tasks, you have Codex. For normal chats, you have ChatGPT, and then in the middle, you have GPT Work. And if that doesn't fully make sense, you can also think of ChatGPT Work as an agent in the cloud with a computer. And whether or not we're using ChatGPT Work on the desktop app, like it is open right here, or on our phone, which is open right here, we can use Sites by simply @mentioning Sites. So here it is on the desktop app. I'll do it on my phone. I can @mention Sites. And my favorite place to build ChatGPT Sites is directly on the ChatGPT desktop app. If you remember, about a month ago, OpenAI combined the ChatGPT app and the Codex app into one platform, and you can now access GPT Work directly from the desktop app. And so yesterday, I created a short form scrape. And what I'm able to do is I'm able to scrape any social media platform and pull the videos, and they show up here. So I can scrape all of my content. I can play the video.
There's a new category in.
And as you can see here, I also scraped Rowan Chung's videos.
Japanese scientists just.
And I can also click on transcript, and I can copy the transcript. So I can scrape all short form platforms, and I can literally download this video. This video is being hosted on this ChatGPT Sites. And so now it's time for us to build our own app using GPT Sites on ChatGPT Work. So this is the prompt that we're going to be using. So we're going to build a GPT Sites that has a beautiful front end that is all white, and it's a phone frame, big and center. This app will be an app that I share with my team. The site also allows anyone from the team to sign in and authenticate and view the presentation that I create. I should be able to upload short-form videos to the site manually or copy a prompt beneath the phone frame by pressing an icon and give it to any agent, and the agent can upload videos to that app. So the app should have video storage and a database so that all of the stats for each video are there. And then I go along to say, this app will be used with the Scrape Creator skill, which uses the Scrape Creators API. Instead of adding it to the actual app or site, I'll simply ask the agent to scrape creators, and it will create a playlist with the title as the creator, and then I'll be able to play the video you scrape in the hosted app. And I'm also going to add start with Riley Brown's best videos from 2025 that are not sponsored. Put those in the app, and there should be a download button so anyone can download the videos who is on the app. So this is the prompt that we're going to be using inside ChatGPT. So I'm going to paste this in, and we're using ChatGPT Work on the desktop app using the new Sites feature, and we're going to run it. Okay, there we go. So it just worked for 25 minutes and 8 seconds. And we can just hit open in browser, and here we go. So this is the app that it created, and notice here it's like you're almost in. This site uses ChatGPT security to securely sign you in. And so we can hit continue with ChatGPT. I'm going to sign in with my account, and now I'm going to hit continue. And now it is loading Reels. And take a look at this. So it just created this app right here. It's a little bit clunky, but no worries. We will fix it. And what we can do here is we can see that it scraped 6 of my videos. So it found 6 of my videos and it put them right here. And it looks very similar to the other app that I created yesterday. And it does have a few mistakes, but it's very easy to change that. So what I can do here, I can very easily come to this browser, and I'm going to just hit this annotate button. And we're going to come here, and I'm going to click on this. I'm going to say the video should be full screen, and the likes and comments should be overlay like TikTok/Reels. And I added that annotation as a comment. What are some other things that we need to add? Make top bar less tall. Make the download button better. It looks weird. And let's just go ahead and send those in. So I'm just going to say make these changes. And those 3 annotations, or basically comments, are going to be edited. And now it is done. So we can open this up in the browser once again. Actually, let's go ahead and refresh this. There we go. Now it is full screen. So we can go to the next one.
Is programming going to be replaced by vibe coding?
There we go. This has 10K likes. I can see all the stats. There we go. One other thing that I'm noticing isn't correct is the profile picture. The profile picture of the account, it's not correct. It just says RB for instead of Riley Brown. I want to make sure that the profile picture matches the one from Instagram. And also, please look up Callaway on Instagram and bring in 10 of his videos as well. As you can see, any change that you want to make, you can just do that, and it will update to your site that is actually deployed on the internet. This doesn't just work on the ChatGPT app in the in-app browser. You can also open it in Chrome. As you can see here, I do need to sign in once again. I'll sign into the same account that I signed in on ChatGPT, and I will be able to get access to this site that is actually on the internet right here. Okay, so our site is looking pretty damn good right now. So what I want to do is I want to first explain how this is all working. So when you use Codex or GPT Work, you can use these things called plugins and skills. A skill is when I could use a skill, for example, called scrape creators. And I used this a lot even before I found out about GPT Sites. And what this allows me to do is exactly what you see here, where it can scrape data from any social media account. And the way this works is this actually uses an external API. If you were to go to Google Chrome and just type in scrape creators API, this is an external service that if you go to scrape creators and get an API key, you can then go back to ChatGPT Work or Codex and say, I want to create a skill that uses scrape creators. Please create it. Here is my API key. That's all you would need to do. And then you would paste your key right here. This is technically not best practice, but this is how I create my skills. And then you could just use the agent to pull data from any social media platform. And this is incredibly useful. However, presenting it was the annoying part. And that is why I put it in a site. Now I can simply scrape social media platforms with this API and then have the agent place it directly in the app. And that's exactly what it did. It scraped the video, it scraped the likes, the comments, it also scraped the transcript, and I can very easily copy that to my clipboard, as you can see right here. I now have a better way to display the data that was pulled using the scrape creators skill, which uses the scrape creators API. And I'll put all the information for all the skills that I use in the description below, but that is in essence how this works. And this site is live and it is shareable with anyone. And before we go, I do want to talk about one thing, which is site settings. So in order to see all of your sites, you can go over to the left panel right here and click Sites. And here we can see all of the sites that I've created. On these sites, if you come down to our app that we've created here, I can press these three dots and I can click Settings. And here I can actually change the domain, right? We can change the domain right here. We can also add custom domains. You can also change the name of it. And so we can call this Social Scrape to change the name of this site here. And then also you can add environment variables. So if you wanted to add one of those API keys that I was talking about earlier to your app, you can add it here. You also have access to the analytics for your app. Right now, I'm the only one who's used my site, so there is very little daily traffic. It's just me. I actually haven't sent this to anyone on my team yet because we just built it. In the database section, we can see all of the data in our app. The Sites feature within ChatGPT has built-in database, as you can see here, and you can go through and see the data, right? You can see Real Riley Brown and Callaway, verified, they have an avatar key, and you can see when they're created. And here you can see the videos as well. Here are all the videos, here's the caption for the video, the file name, the content type, and that is where all the data is stored for your app. Anyway, guys, this is the app that we created. It is a perfect interface for the use case, which is scraping data from social media that I can send to anyone on my team. And that's what I encourage you to do. When you need to send any type of information to anyone else on your team, think, what is the best possible interface that I could send them? More than likely, you'll want to fully customize that little mini app that you send them. And I think the easiest way to do that is with Sites. One last thing, if you want to take the site that we just created, or any site that you create, one step further, you should just update to the latest ChatGPT desktop app and ask Codex to make it WebMCP enabled and deploy it to sites. WebMCP lets your site expose tools that ChatGPT and Codex can discover and use right on the live page while you follow along and guide it. And the 10-day WebMCP challenge is live now with $35,000 in cash prizes. You can build something new, or you can just add WebMCP to a site that you've already created. The link is in the description. And again, thank you so much to OpenAI for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you guys here for the next one.